Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sadvaitam Savadvitam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Sri Radha Krishna Param Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vande Guru Padadandam Bhakta Vrinda Samanitam Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Vande Nityananda Sahoditam Sri Nanda Nandanam Vande Radhika Charanataya Gopi Jana Samajuktam Vrindavanam Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ijena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamajjam Tatati Sapadantika Radha Shanmukha Samashakti Sakhi Sangha Nivasini Tvamaham Satatam Vande Madhavasraya Vigraham Guru Rupa Harim Gauram Radha Ruchi Ruchavitam Gadadharam Nitam Vande Bani Vinadabham Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nisha Misha Avatarakam Tat Prakashanscha Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sambhava Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Again, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Sri Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. There are so many topics, innumerable aspects or topics of Krishna-katha. So, I would just like to reflect on chanting and singing on holy names of the Lord in the beginning, then I will go on to other topics. So first of all, offering my most respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace Yogundi, Sri Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhar Maharaj. I pray for His causeless grace, divine mercy for all of you. Thereafter, offer my most respectful obeisances to both their divine graces, Srila Pravishta, Srila Hari-katha Bhakti Nandan Swami Maharaj, Srila Pravishta, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri and all my Guru Varga. Lastly, offer my most respectful devotional obeisance unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswat Math. All glories to Shakasha Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all the beloved associates and devotees, Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopinath. Pray all of their divine graces to be showered upon me, upon you all, good hearts assembled here. My loving regards for all of you, good hearts, devotees, lover of God assembled here. And also, my special appreciation also goes to Malati Devi Dashi for her devotional service endeavor, being with me, preaching to Hari-katha, preaching to places. Appreciate sincerity. Go to go. See, we always spend so much time, energy in taking care of so many other jobs and duties. But when we take out some time and save some energy and devote in the service of their lordships, their supreme lordships, in the service of Guru Gauranga, Radha, Madan Mohan, Govinda Dev, Gopinath, then they register it. That endeavor never goes in vain. They register it in mind and appreciate. Okay. So, besides doing their duty to their mundane family life, taking care of worldly job, they don't forget. My devotees not forgetting to save some time, energy, devote some time, energy also for my service. Okay. For preaching my glories, chanting, singing my glories, they become very pleased. They notice it, register it, mark it, and accordingly they bestow their grace, okay, towards those devotees. So, none of our devotional service endeavors can go in vain. They all can yield beautiful results, bring beautiful results in our life. Very true. But I'm talking about reality, not just some sort of belief, groundless faith and belief, but it's reality. Lord Krishna says, wherever you have got deep Shraddha for me, deep regard, deep loving regard with faith. I repeat, wherever you have got profound faith, profound, loving regard and faith for me, I am there. Must know I am present there. In other words, in another way, I am always present there wherever there is deep faith and loving devotion for me. Even a sincere try for that, you know that my presence is there. Okay. A subtle way, spiritual way, I am there. Krishna Katha and Krishna no different from each other. You have to understand. Hari-katha, Lord Hari is never different from Hari-katha. So just in the beginning I mentioned that I would also like to reflect on chanting, singing holy names of the Lord in a brief way. Although so much glories about holy names of their lordships have been chanted, sung throughout the ages by many exalted personality, exalted devotees. Yet, there is no limit. There is no limit to such devotional activity of engaging in chanting and singing the divine glories, beautiful glories of their lordships. The more we do, the more we receive, the more we become gainer. We have to listen to this word with faith. Then something happens. Okay. While we practice life of Krishna consciousness with some faith, genuine faith, full of genuine sincerity. Full sincerity doesn't come in the first place, at least. Okay, and genuine efforts of the sincerities. Then something happens wonderful at some point of our spiritual life. Something does happen very wonderful, very gamesome. At a certain point, okay, the cultivation of our spiritual life divine. Therefore Lord Krishna says, believe in yourself. Don't have samshaya about yourself. Don't be doubtful. Don't have doubt in yourself. Okay, don't be doubtful in your decisions and endeavors. Be sure, be confident in what you are doing. One of Lord Krishna's most valuable instructions. What I am talking about is not just, it has got nothing to do with mundane self-confidence. I'm talking about spiritual, highly spiritual self-confidence. Okay. That's what Lord Krishna also referred to in Bhagavad Gita. When he said, be self-confident, never become doubtful, be full of self-confidence, higher confidence. Okay. Be very clear and aware of whether you are doing something right or wrong. Okay, the lights of divine wisdom must be sure about your activities of life. It must be right. Okay. Do it in a right way as much as possible with the help of the lights of divine wisdom. Okay. Lights of my guidance I give you. So there Lord Krishna talked about higher spiritual confidence, which does away with all kind of doubting nature in our life. Because basically, fundamentally, the very nature of a higher spiritual life, higher cultivation of spiritual life divine, is full of confidence, conviction, full of determinations, optimisms, immortal hope. There is no real place for doubting or confusions or weakness, okay, or any sort of disappointment or frustration in the world of true spiritual life divine. It is so much filled with positive feelings, positive mortal hopes, optimisms, okay, the positive realizations, positive gains in relation to the Supreme Lord. What I am saying now is true to the letter. True to the letters. We have to discover how to have that in our life. So, back to the point. Same holy names we are chanting every day. We have been chanting, singing same holy names every day. But as we do that chanting and singing of the holy names of Lord, with some conscious faith, with some sincere, very, how to say, with some, okay, eagerful insistence of the faith that I am not chanting ordinary name. I am not just chanting any ordinary thing. Actually, I am now chanting the holy names of the Supreme Lord. Try to have that conception. Try to have some realization, okay, about that when we are engaged in chanting holy names, singing holy names of the Supreme Lord, beautiful God and Goddess, Mahaprabhu. When I say God and Goddess, Krishna Radhika I am talking about. So, have insistence. In other words, how to say, keep on insisting on your faith, so that your faith comes, your faith appears while engaging in chanting and singing. As soon as the more we are able to chant and sing holy names of their lordships, okay, with proper faith, appropriate faith, profound faith, you will start having some realization. I tell you, I am talking from my own experience. Cannot but start having some realization. It will be in initial stage, but you will start having some glimpse of divine realization into holy names. Okay? But you have to keep on insisting to have faith, deep, loving respect for holy name, with the awareness, with the conscious effort, with the consciousness that you are not just engaging in some chanting ordinary names, or it's not ordinary sound vibration, Shabda Brahma. After all, the same holy names Mother Jashoda Nanda Maharaj called Krishna by the same sound vibration. Krishna, Shyama, Madhava, Kanai, Radhika, for the Gopas and Braja Gopis, all the Braja Gopis, divine damsels of Braja Gopis. Nanda Maharaj, Jashoda Devi, okay, all called out for Krishna. The same Krishna, oh Shyama, Madhava, oh Kanai, oh Radhike. See, same name, so connected. Okay. And we are chanting. We are so fortunate to utter the same name on our tongue, chanting the same holy names. Madana Mohana Govinda Gopinath. Okay? We are so fortunate. So much fortune we have got. Believe. Deeply believe. Trust. Have full faith. And test will appear. I tell you from my experience. Nothing happening. One time it starts happening. May not be that experience, may not be staying for long. Even if we receive that in a flash, for a moment, okay, for a moment, like a flash, but still it's so invaluable experience in life. It makes us know. It simply asserts in our heart that I am there. You can have the taste. You can receive the taste of mine. This is the taste. You receive just a glimpse of that taste of the holy name in the initial stage. Can happen. Holy names of the Lord, not different from Krishna himself, Radharani herself, Mahaprabhu himself. We have to discover, feel their intense presence in their holy names, in their glorification, in the form of Shabda Brahma. One of the essential links of our sadhana, arts of our sadhana, is to believe, strongly believe, then you become that at some point. You start becoming that what you believe. Yes, so much potency in that. No imaginary belief I'm talking about realistic belief. Sometimes great yogis. I give you some simple examples in general way. Sometimes great yogis, before entering into samadhi, what they do, simply continue to insist certain feelings, a deep faith that I am Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. Okay, through the chanting of Om Tattvamasi. Okay, Hari Om Tat Sat. They start intensely believing, okay, start to faithfully believe, faithfully feel about that reality that I am a portion of the Parama Brahma. I am none other than a part of the Parama Brahma, all pervading, supreme divine power, all pervading divine superpower. Then at some point, they start feeling in heart, all through their existence, that yes, I am a part of the Parama Brahma. And they go deeper and deeper, and at some point enter into nice, great samadhi. There's a lot of difference between imaginary, unrealistic belief system, blind belief system, and the belief system which is self-effulgent, self-evident, very realistic. So there is clear difference between a blind belief system and a realistic belief system. You have to understand. When we are talking about, when you are speaking about, discussing about the absolute reality, supreme absolute reality, and talking about believing in that absolute reality, then our belief has to be logically by the higher reasonings, it has to be also full of truth. That belief has to be true, has to be realistic, because that belief is connected to the supreme reality, supreme truth. It has to be realistic and truth, or very true. All faiths, all beliefs about the supreme reality must be realistic by nature, cannot but be. Gaur Hari Bol. So, one of the key points to get into the world of little experience, even a little glimpse of experience in the initial stage, in the world of chanting and singing of holy names of the Lord, is to be conscious of those holy names with all faith and devotional love as much as possible for you. Is to understand what you are chanting. When you are chanting Krishna, think of, you are actually chanting the holy name of the Lord of the universe, divine Lord of the universe, Krishna. While you are addressing that name, have some feeling, try to have some feelings, have that understanding, and do that chanting with that consciousness and understanding. Then it becomes a little bit living. Instead of being just casual, going on and on, nothing happening, not focused, no feeling inside. That's why we don't feel much. But be focused, be devoted to chant, at least try to be devoted to chant and sing the holy name. Okay, the whole world is there, infinite world is there in each and every holy name. I'll give you many examples to explain this reality. Suppose when you fall in love with when boys and girls fall in love with each other on the mundane plane, and those who do not fall in love with the same boys and girls, their experience not same. Those who fall in love with each other, they feel, even just to look at each other, be with each other, think of each other, giving something to each other, doing something, okay, taking care of each other, doing something for each other, they take so much happiness and pleasure because they are fallen in love. Even on the mundane plane we see. But those who do not have the relationship with the same person, they don't feel anything. Same persons, they look at, they talk, they don't feel. See, the Guru Varga also gave examples. Sometimes in the field of the Olympic Games or other games, we find, an Olympian, for the athletes or heavyweight lifters or others, shooters or so sometimes we find they are not successful in one effort, but after making several efforts they become successful. So in the heavyweight lifter, one time could not lift up, could not break the record. Then, I sometimes watch that in TV. Then, because I see how they do, then they take a deep breath and focus. Start believing in himself. I can do it. Just increase their mental concentration, meditation, that I can do it. With that meditation, as they try, in the final step they are trying, they can do the same, what they could not do just before. What they were not successful in doing just in a previous attempt, but when they concentrate, they fully concentrate with full confidence, I can do it, the same person makes the difference. He is able to. He is simply able to lift up the heavier weight and broke the records. But same man tried just before, could not be successful. What made the difference? Power from the mental state. Unification of the strength, unification of the mental strength and physical strength happened. With the unification of their mental strength come power and physical strength. That becomes possible. Happened now. Could break the record. See? Potency, power in having faith. I'm giving some examples for clarification. In case of long jump, high jump, we also see the same. One time could not do. Second, third time, yes. Happens. Of course, it has limit. I'm just giving you some limited examples. But it makes the difference. Some difference is made. While same thing is tried with full faith and confidence and concentration, then they can make difference. Gaur Hari Gaur. Those who are successful persons in life. In other words, those who achieve great success in life. One of the essential characteristics in their life, you know what? Faithful confidence. They are great faithists, full of self-conviction, confidence in relation to the higher divine reality, in relation to the Supreme God, because at some point the big successful persons also realize that their strength, their capacity has got limit. Without the help from above, without receiving the power from above, they cannot really be successful, they cannot go on for long. Even so-called atheist, even a successful person who is known to be atheist, at some point can come to some realization at certain crucial moment of life that I need help. Okay, I myself am not able, okay, to help myself to the extent what I need now at this point. I need help from higher plane, from the higher level in my life, from Supreme God. Otherwise, I cannot do it with my own limited capacity, capability. You can also experience that. There are many such examples. There are many examples in the world. From the atheists, they turned into great theists with experience. I repeat, from from their atheistic nature, they got transformed into, theistic persons. And they become helpful. When somebody transformed when someone transformed from atheist into theist, then they can become very helpful to preach the glory of the Lord and establish the magnanimity, the magnanimous qualities, the glorious truth about the supreme truth through their own realizations, comparative study, through their own experience. In other words, what I mean to say, because all the atheists, they already know their atheistic ways of arguments, beliefs, and their reasons why they should be atheists, all these blah blah blah, all these. But when the same atheist become transformed into great theists, then they already know how to establish the glory of the theistic life, of the theism, of their theistic experience on the top of the atheism, above the atheism, because they have already gone through that experience, their ideas of the atheism. And they can help other atheistic people, saying, look, I was also atheist at some point of life. But from that atheistic state, I had some wonderful transformation into theistic life, theistic state. Because that was based on experience, because I experienced the higher theistic realities, divine, theistic divine realities, the presence of Supreme God, Super Power. They can easily help other atheists with their own life history. Sometimes atheists also become more attracted to hear from them who were atheists before. They think, oh, they are the same like us. They like to listen from them, to their experience. And then they also become inspired to become theists. I've got many examples like that. Go, Hari, go. So it happens by great fortune. Actually, it happens by no chance, coincidence. There's some divine intervention, divine interference, intervention. It's not so easy for the atheist just to turn into great theist, unless they receive some grace, causeless grace from above. They accumulate some visible or invisible spiritual merits through some pious acts, through some offering of service to the great devotees of the Lord, or doing anything in relation to the Lord, knowingly or unknowingly. Through those virtues, spiritual merits and virtues, and also by some causeless grace, by the effect of causeless grace, they have that fortune. So, same devotional song, I have seen the difference. A great devotee is singing. Same devotional song sung by other beginners, neophyte devotees, that I found in my life. A great devotee had time to control his emotion, loving emotion while singing that song, so absorbed into that world of singing that devotional song, became so absorbed and feeling so much loving devotion, having hard time to control emotion. He doesn't want to make a show. They were trying hard to control emotion but cannot stop crying. But it's not, he doesn't never wanted to make any show. Okay, look, I am a great devotee, never with that intention, but just happening by taste, by nature. Why? Because he's so devoted, he's so much into that singing, mood of loving devotion, a song. Many other neophyte devotees singing the same songs in a casual, formal way, nothing happening, not having the taste. And if we can look at such devotee, have some company of such devotee, we also get affected. Sometimes what happens, when you see somebody crying, you also feel like crying if you are kind-hearted, soft-hearted. If you have some taste into that emotion, you also feel like crying by association. So while we are, okay, suppose what happened, see, in the joyful moments when everybody is having fun, you also participate in that, you also feel some joy of fun. Everyone is crying in happiness or crying in some pain. If you closely associate, you also feel affected, become affected by the association, power of association. In a similar way, okay, association is very powerful. Whether the association of intoxication, association of the energy of intoxication, association of the bad guys, association good guy, the good guys, are all affecting us directly. You can know that. Similarly, association of the higher devotees, higher sadhus, association of the exalted sadhus are also very powerful, can bring so much beneficial effects, can bring so much benefits and some beneficial experience, spiritual experience in our life when we are in close company. Okay. So, why I am explaining this, even to look at such devotee, taking his or her company, okay, close association, spending some moments with those exalted devotees are also beneficial, that we feel something what they are feeling. We can participate. In other words, their devotional emotion touches our heart also for a moment. happens. Of course, if we are not so hard-hearted, if we become open-hearted, okay, have all favorable attitude, favorable temperament to relate to that devotee, take his or her holy association, and can relate to his world of ecstatic love, okay, ecstatic love for Krishna, ecstatic devotional love for Krishna. Anyway, then we also feel affected by that. Starts having some taste for that. It happens. When you truly relate to a devotee crying in happiness, crying in separation from Krishna, you also feel like crying. When you are open-hearted. If you are not prejudiced to be hard-hearted, okay, if you are not carefully guarding yourself, not to be in touch with the devotee, if you are not that enemy to yourself, don't become that enemy to yourself, okay, to be closed off, from relating to the world of divine experience, even for a moment, and you must have that taste in the association of such devotees. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol.
Sometimes
I question you. Why it happens in such a way? Same thing happening in our life. Some persons, even on the mundane plane, in the normal mundane plane, same thing happening in different individuals' lives. Some can feel more into that, some don't. Same students are going to the same school, studying, sitting on the same bench with other friends, studying. Okay, some are getting more education, some are failing. To the same school, having the same opportunity, same chances, not that injustice being done. Receiving the same opportunity, same atmosphere, same environment, facilities, but some can relate to, some can connect to, some cannot. Not only in field of education, in all types of fields of our activities we see that. Okay. Eating the same food, drinking the same water, some remaining healthy, some not so much. Some people still sick. There are various reasons behind though, but some people still feel not so healthy, sick, even drinking the pure water, good food, and others are very healthy. Although sharing the same atmosphere, same environment, but still some difference is made somewhere. Due to individual nature, something is there making difference. Same people participating in the spiritual gathering, they are not understanding all the spiritual realities in the same way, different from each other according to their adhikar, qualifications. Okay. Same science, knowledge of the science, what was explained by Albert Einstein. Some scientists could understand that, some could not. Of course, nowadays there is a big controversy that Einstein did not discover the theory of relative velocity and this and that, theory of relativity or relative velocity. He actually got those ideas of discovery from others. some controversy going. Anyway, it's controversial, but just for the sake of example, say, okay, at the beginning of some great scientific discovery, some can understand, many cannot. Then as they dive deep into, as they go deeper into the world of understanding of the scientific discovery, then slowly they start understanding. Some begin to understand, some don't. Why that difference is made? Children of the same parents, of different types, becoming of different types. In this way I can give many, many examples, like growing up, same environment, same facility, same or similar, but still difference is made. In a similar way. Some becoming very successful, some are not. But at least it proves what it proves in our life. While we find some becoming very successful, or if not very successful, moderately successful, and some are not. What is the reality making such a difference between or among the persons who are sharing the same time, place, situation, same facilities and opportunities? You have to understand. So that clearly proves reality is there, reality of success is there. Those who are failing cannot say, oh, it's not there, that's why I cannot have it. Grapes are sour. Cannot jumping so many times, the jackal jumped so many times to reach the grapes, could not reach it. Then he said, oh, grapes are sour, I don't want them. Cannot be like that. Then we deprive ourselves. We have to recognize and admit, we have to recognize the truth as it is. We have to recognize the realities. Whether or not I am able to have that, that's a different thing. Whether or not I am able to succeed in having that reality, that is a different thing. But even if I fail to have, but I have to admit the truth, I have to recognize the truth. It is there. I could not have it because of some reasons, either misfortune or my lethargic way, some laziness or some limitations. I need to work out. I need to work out so that I can have that success. So, why am I giving so many examples in such a way to explain what reality? You tell me. What reality? In relation to the chanting of holy name. In relation to chanting of holy name, singing devotional songs. Reality is there. Divine reality, higher realities, realistic experience about the holy names. Okay, it's there. Ambrosial reality, taste is there. But when I'm so casual, I cannot have it. I cannot have doesn't mean reality is not there. It is there. That's why I'm giving so many examples to explain that reality. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. But this is a great source of our immortal hope, great. Okay, this is great source of all our divine hopes, real hopes in life, that anything we do in the interest of Krishna, no matter how little, small it is, but if done with sincerity, can never go in vain. It's Lord's promise. Very, very encouraging for all of us. Anything we do, anything we do with so much, how to say, with so much strain and labor and trouble, with so much sacrifice of time, energy, okay, attention on this mundane plane, all finally go in vain. With the death of the material body, anything, all we gained with so much, through so much hard labor, okay, giving so much time, energy, all left behind. With the death of the material body, all left behind. We cannot take anything with us. They all go in vain. What we think, oh, I am accumulating so much, I am gaining so much. What should I do for God? What should I gain doing something for God? Okay, just doing some service for Krishna. I don't feel any gain or anything like that. Rather, while I'm putting so much time, energy, okay, on the mundane plane, I am gaining so much. The ultimate sense, in the ultimate sense, these are illusions. In the ultimate sense of our life analysis, okay, of our life truth, let me put another way. So in the ultimate sense of the reality of the mundane life, we know what we thought is not like that. Because all the hard-earned, so much hard-earned money and wealth and treasure, everything all left behind with the death of the material body. I could not receive any benefit from that in my afterlife. So, what's the point? You can just happily live your life in a certain way with just some working in a certain normal way, just as you need, as much as you need. You don't need to do so much hard labor, so much sacrifice to become very, very rich person. And then what happens? Others start fighting for your, or others simply just they start vindictive fights to take over your riches. At some point they even can kill you, bring some threatening, life threat. Your life gets threatened because of the vindictive fights to get over your riches. So it can also bring so much negative stuffs in your life as the outcome. And we find a lot of examples all over the world. Big mafia dons. They appear to be externally, they appear to be so powerful, controlling film stars, ministers, the power of corruption, but they themselves have a very petty life. The kind of lifestyle they have, the kind of life they live, oh, very petty. They have no fortune. They do not have the fortune even to trust anyone. They cannot sleep peacefully. They always cannot eat peacefully, sleep peacefully, because always they are living under the fear of death. Anyone, even the so-called close person, his assistant, if gets any chance, will kill him and take over his throne. That's their way of the mafia life. They do not have any fortune to trust anyone, to have peace of life. Okay? They cannot even sleep peacefully. They need bodyguards, so many layers of the bodyguards. If one level of bodyguards betray, other level of the bodyguards behind, the bodyguards can check them. Okay? You see? living under fear of death. Their life is always there. They are living a life always at risk of getting killed. It doesn't have all these problems. Ordinary normal persons do not have all these problems. They can, at least they have the fortune of sleeping peacefully, eating peacefully. They don't live their life under the threat, okay, or under great threatening, okay. And look at, they cannot even come out. I mean, police are running after them, okay. Police are after them, they can get caught any moment, okay. They do not get enough respect from the society. So it appears to be the big person, so powerful, although sinful person, although engaged in wrong activities and all this, but they are still so powerful. Oh, God is giving them so much, God is not giving us. But look at, are they really powerful? Are they really happy? What's the necessity and what's the utility? What's the utility of having so much wealth, so much money, so much power through corruption if you yourself are not happy? You yourself do not have the fortune of living your life with peace and happiness, with honor, okay, without fear. What's the gain? What for you are making so much money? And you are showing yourself you are so powerful, controlling minister and stars, film stars. What's the gain? You are not happy. Just giving example, it appears like that from far. Okay. Look into the lives of some of the kings. They win, they fight, win the battle, at some point they also get killed similar way. Many of them do not have the opportunity to live, to have a natural death. Their life gets ended before their natural death. They don't have the fortune even to complete the whole lifespan and die in a natural way, peaceful, nice way. Get killed. Okay. So what's the real use of so-called power, which doesn't allow you to live your life happily, peacefully, with honor, natural way? So it's an illusory concept from the distance. Like it's a concept of the illusion from certain distance. As we look at them, think, oh, they're so happy and powerful, so successful. A very beautiful life they live. What is the definition of successful life? What is the real definition of successful life? A life full of happiness. A life filled with satisfaction, peace and happiness. That is the definition. Realistic definition of a successful life. Now, when you go beyond the mundane definitions, then the true definition of a real successful life is that those who have immortal gains, who could have some immortal, who could accumulate, earn some immortal treasure, immortal values, immortal qualities, okay, immortal gain in life. They are the really successful ones, not mortal. They are the real intelligent people, wise people. Sukadev Goswami, great lives such as Sukadev Goswami, Maharshi Vedovyas, okay, many other great lives, now Yoginda, of course our 6 Goswamis, supporters of Krishna Chaitanya Maharaj, trying to tell us, they told us, they clearly pointed us out, showed us. Be realist. Look into the reality, be realist. Don't live under the illusion of bliss. Don't live under the bliss of ignorance, bliss of illusion. Try to live your life with the realistic bliss, realistic experience of bliss. So, again, back to the point, what's the use of that so-called success which is mortal, which is so futile, fragile, which can invite so much troubles in your life, so-called success. If you would not have that mundane success huge way, you would not invite many troubles in your life. Sometimes it happens. Okay. Sometimes we even see some ministers put into jail because of corruption. Where is the honor? Where is the satisfaction of great honor and respect? If you are put into jail, people are defaming you, okay, using insulting words for you, defaming you, corruption and all these. What's the use? If there is no real fame, if you don't have real respect and honor, okay. And when you get caught, all money is seized by the government, and you also lost money, you lost fame. Still, you think, I am so satisfied, political leader. It's illusion. Sometimes we have this illusion of the satisfaction of life. It's not real, honorable satisfaction. Talking of the reality. Ordinary person will feel ashamed. It becomes insulted, will feel ashamed. But sometimes we find big leaders, oh, their skin is so thick, they don't care about an insult or humiliation, or any. So what they're feeling, see? Because the higher human values, noble human principles become so thickly covered in their life, okay? The aim becomes by hook or by crook, rise to the power and position and exploit. That way you feel about yourself very big and successful. At what cost? Sometimes at the cost, in many cases at the cost of peace and happiness and real honor of the life. Still they feel, okay, I have achieved success. Illusion. Different types of illusions are there in life. So, back to the point. So through so much hard labor, so much sacrifice, accumulated so much wealth, treasure, all left behind helplessly with the death of the material body. All mortal, futile. Is it the true definition of real success, of it in eternal life? No. When we can achieve something, achieve that kind of success which is immortal, which is of immortal nature, through which we can gain something which we can take with us, along with us, with our spirit soul, conscious, with our spiritual life after the death of this temporary material, material body. Then they have some ground to have real satisfaction, have some ground of taking some realistic pride. They are really successful. Really successful. And Shukadev Goswami Prabhu calls out for us. Be successful in a true sense, in immortal sense. Don't simply waste your invaluable human life just running after some immortal things, running after some mortal stuffs, simply running after some futile, temporary, mortal things. Then you lose a great, great opportunity to have highest gain of life, a true high class, excellent, immortal gain of life. When you just wasted your human life, just running after some mundane stuffs, mortal stuffs. Okay. Any query? Yes.
I just wanted to ask, sometimes when we are hearing instructions for chanting, just don't think, yes, but at the same time, it should be there, the feeling should be there. You were explaining knowledge, understanding, how noble these teachings is. And at the same time, we hear, no, don't think, don't just hear. You should do is to hear.
When it is said in such a way, it is okay. When some of the devotees, pure devotees, meant something in that way, the very meaning inside is that don't try to imagine some artificial grammatical meanings of certain holy names of the Lord. Don't be tied with, or don't get so much involved, okay, to imagine certain artificial meanings, okay, artificial ways about the holy name. So then you'll become so tied up, or how to say, entangled in some technical, intellectual analysis of certain meanings of the holy names, and you miss the very feelings, okay, the taste of the holy name when you become so technically entangled. Because taste of holy name is not the subject of our technical intellectual analysis. It is only received through devotion. It is a subject or object of our devotion, devotional faith. Okay? It never reveals any technical intellectual analysis. So that is prohibited. Don't think when some of the pure devotees said, or don't, while chanting holy name, singing holy name, don't think too much. Okay? Just flow with that. Be into the listening of the sound vibration, thought of the holy name, okay, and chant, but don't be so. You say, don't think too much. They actually refer to that reality what I have just explained. Okay, a dry artificial intellectual analysis about certain ways of the meanings of the holy name, how it works. We should leave it to the natural way. Okay. That's what is good. Otherwise, thoughtfulness about the holy name not prohibited. Not that you cannot think of anything. Okay. When you know how to think in appropriately about the certain holy names, when you know how to appropriately meditate in the world of the divine meanings of the holy names, having faith, having at the same time having faith in its revelation, and not that I will be able to grasp all the meanings by intellectual ability. It will appear to me through revelation, to reveal to me. Then that is the right attitude, right? That is the right appropriate temperament. Okay. To be engaged in chanting, singing holy names. So things need to be understood in the proper sense according to the context. Very intention behind certain kinds of statements made by, or certain types of injunctions made by by the Holy Scripture or some pure devotees have to be understood in context. Proper sense is very important. Proper knowledge of Siddhanta, according to time, place, situation, according to the context, according to the context of its applications, appropriate applications, very much required. Like a wise doctor, a great doctor can make different types of prescriptions for different types of the conditions of the patients. But we cannot say to the doctor, oh, you are the same doctor, where you should be making the same prescription. Why are you making so many types of prescriptions, so many types of medicines and treatment for so many? You are not following the principle of equalism. You are not treating everyone equally, or you are making discriminations, making different types of prescription, giving different type of treatments. How can you do that? And that will be a very a fool. Okay, a less intelligent person will be arguing with a doctor like that. A truly knowledgeable person will understand that doctors need to do that. Why I am giving this example of different types of prescription, different ways of the treatments recommended by the same doctor, just to explain this reality. Similarly, many things, many ways, okay, are prescribed by the Holy Scriptures, many ways of different types of means prescribed by the Holy Scriptures and also by the pure devotees. But they are not, all of them are not applicable in the same way in all cases. They have applications, they have contextual applications under different, according to different time, place, situation, according to nature, individual nature, constitutional nature of an individual. Applications need to be understood. Because we are all individual beings with individual constitutional nature, although sharing the similar time, place, situation, living under similar time, place, situation. So always something in common, something in particular. So treatment will also be accordingly. Likewise, the treatments to be applied in our life according to our constitutional nature should be likewise. All cannot be same. We will be sharing something, some part of the treatment in our life in common, but whereas other parts of treatment can be particular types, as I need according to my own individual constitution. I cannot take the same treatment what you need according to your individual constitution. It may not be befitting to me. So, common ways and particular ways, both, need to be understood in the world of Siddhantas. appropriate applications. Okay. Appropriate applications of the Siddhantas according to context, according to the cases, different cases. Hare Krishna. See, in one hand we find in the Holy Scripture, spoken by the Maharaja, one hand they say, don't try to explain, don't try to analyze the meanings of the holy names. Simply meditate on it, flow. Listen. Simply meditate on them with faith. Don't be venturing into the world of meanings, analyzing the meanings. If this is the absolute reality, then why so many of those great lives, the same pure devotees, explain the meanings of so many beautiful holy names of the Lord? Okay, such super excellent ways. Each, they showed us, okay, they gave us some idea about each and every holy name of the Lord is like a full world, whole world of the ambrosial meanings and experience. The same pure devotees who have prohibited us on the neophyte level of sadhana, the very initial stage, maybe must be initial stage, that don't try to make intellectual analysis of the meanings of holy names, just simply meditate with faith. They themselves are explaining so many super excellent, beautiful, glorious meanings of the holy names. For what? While they are explaining means to be tasted, to be understood, realized by us. They are giving the whole world of the ambrosial meanings. Okay, super excellent meanings of the holy names, each and every holy name of their lordships. So it means there's nothing wrong with the meanings, with the esoteric meanings, most beautiful ambrosial meanings of the holy names. Okay, which is original one. Okay, but everyone is not adhikari to enter into that state, or the kind of meanings, analysis of the meanings pertaining to different holy names prohibited is that more artificial, imaginary ways. Someone's imaginary, artificial, intellectual ways of the analysis of the meanings. That is prohibited. Because the examples given in the scripture, like in Sanskrit, Hari means something. Hari, that same term Hari means lion. Okay, Hari, if you put one Khandaka, Harit means green color. Okay, sometimes Haro means stealing. So, okay, so there are different types, superficial, okay, just general meanings. So if somebody tries to grammatically explain, oh, because the term also means Hari means lion, so this holy name Hari has got some relation with the lion. Because it is so explained in a grammatical manner. Hari means it is connected with stealing, without understanding what kind of thing can be stealing of heart. Okay, the super excellent type of stealing. Okay, but without understanding the nature of divine nature of the ambrosial way of the stealing of Krishna, you just simply think, oh, stealing. Hari means stealing, something to steal, some negative things. See, bringing all wrong ways of the meanings, concepts. Suppose name Krishna. In general sense, it means Krishna means black. If somebody thinks, oh, Krishna means black, so it means since he is called by this name, black, so maybe not only his body color is black, he really appears, his body, his physical complexion is blackish. Maybe some of his activities can also be not so white, black. He's got some black activities, black wealth. And we heard that he steals. So some black activities, like he's thieving, he's stealing things. That's why he is named as Krishna. Not only because of his bodily complexion, also black activity. Totally wrong meanings. Okay. So therefore such caution is given. Great precaution is given. Don't try to analyze the meanings of the holy names through your intellectual ability, many grammatical ways. Okay. Many people think of Krishna means black, a lot of black color. They don't go beyond it. But real meaning of Krishna described, all attractive. Karshan. Krishna is coming, not, the real meaning, the original meaning of the term, of the name Krishna, is not coming from the black color, something to do with black. That is too external. This actually is connected to, in the root level, is connected to the term karshana. Dhatu karshana means attraction. One, the Supreme Lord, who is essentially of most attractive quality and beauty characteristic, who is so attractive by his own beauty, quality and glories, that that one becomes simply helpless before that power of attraction. When it happens in one's life, when such fortune appears in somebody's life, okay, to be attracted by Krishna, by his transcendental beauty, glory, qualities, charm, everything. He or she simply feels helpless before that experience, helplessly drawn, helplessly attracted. So much power is there, divine ambrosial power is there. Okay, power of ambrosial taste in that attraction is there. Therefore he is called as Krishna. That is the real original meaning of the name Krishna. The Lord, the super excellent Lord of all highest, unlimited, attractive qualities and characteristics. It is Krishna. Karshatiti Krishna, coming from the root meaning karshana, attraction, loving attraction. Okay. Beautiful attraction, attraction of beauty, attraction of love, attraction of divine excellence, qualities. Okay. That's what the name Krishna means, not that black. And factual color of Krishna is not even black. It's a misconception. It is sham, beautiful, most beautiful color. Okay. Light bluish. Some there is some resemblance with the kind of rain cloud, but it's not exactly. Newly born rain cloud, imbued with some blue, slightly, how to explain. When you see some light type of rain cloud, not very deep, I don't mean the deep color rain cloud. Newborn rain cloud means light color. It's not, it's more bluish. Sometimes we see the sun, when sun shines, during the sunset we see some clouds in the sky covering the sunshine. Looks beautiful. Okay, slightly brownish, bluish, rain cloud all mixed together creates a very beautiful color. That is Krishna's complexion. When anybody thinks of Krishna, means he has got black color. Without mundane concept of the black color. It's a wrong concept. So that's why so much precautions given. Don't try to analyze the meanings of holy names of the Lord with your intellectual grammatical abilities and in grammatical capacities. You will lose so much. At the highest level, at some higher level of the union with the world of holy names, loving union with the world of holy names on the part of the pure devotee, they don't have to separately think of the holy name and taste, all become one together. Taste come meaning, the inner meanings, esoteric meanings come esoteric taste. Okay, its beauty all come together. Okay. That is ways of the realization about holy name, tasting holy name. To chant, or to sing a holy name of the Lord for a pure devotee is to taste not only holy name, from the world of holy name, the Rupa, divine form, Radha Krishna's divine form. Not only divine, but divine form and divine beauty, effulgence, okay, decorative beauty, guna, divine qualities, charmingly divine qualities. Leela, charmingly divine pastimes, love sports. Rupa, Guna, Leela, Parikar Vaishishta. Most attractively, his love relationship, characteristic of his love relationship with his own beloved devotees, intimate, loving servitors or associates, all manifest, reveal from the world of the taste of holy name together, not beyond, not just sound aspect, much more than that. It happens on the higher level of the experience of holy name. Any other query, or we should stop? Somebody else.
Asking about basic differences and common things between love or divine love, spiritual love. What is the common?
Mundane love is mostly based on selfish interest. Spiritual love, or the character of love divine, is based on pure loving devotion, dedication. I express in another way, let me express in another way, where the nature or character of the mundane love is more or less, or mostly, based on some selfish contracts between the partners, between the loving partners. Okay, selfish contracts. You do this for me, I do this for you. Okay, we take care of each other. As soon as there is any deviations from that one is not able to, one is not able to fulfill the selfish desire of the other partner. And if it continues for a little while, then the love for him from on the part of other partner slowly goes away, it's taking leave. Okay. So as soon as, in other words, as soon as the selfish interest gets disturbed, one lover fails to satisfy the selfish interest of other partner, lover, then the loving care from the other partner, what he or she was getting, supposed to receive, getting all slowly vanishing, starts disappearing. All love for each other gone. Okay. So again, let me put it this way, another way. As soon as there is failure in fulfilling selfish interest of each other, all love for each other is gone. Takes leave. That's the mundane character. Okay. But the spiritual divine character of love, almost opposite to that, is based on loving dedication, based on principle, the noble principle of loving dedication, not based on selfish interest. Okay? It is based on the principle of love, not that because this moment I like you, so I love you. Next moment I hate you, I don't like you, I don't love you, I don't care about you anymore. That is the simple character of the mundane love. Because I like you, this moment I feel like liking you, loving, so I love you. The next moment, as soon as I don't like you, your way is not befitting to my nature, I want to leave you, I don't like you anymore, I don't love you. Period. Therefore, what happens? Here on this plane, hardly any people can really truly rely on love relationship, married relationship, loving relationship, because it's so fragile. Okay, it doesn't continue. Many people experience it doesn't continue for long. Any moment can change. Therefore, they have to make sure after getting up every morning, after getting up in every morning or time to time in the daytime, we find that in Western European culture you have to say I love you, to remind. The children talking to parents, loving partners, lovers talking to each other, I love you. They remind. In Indian culture we don't find it. It's all understood by the nature of relationship. You don't have to talk. Don't have to talk aloud about that. Don't have to speak it out, express it verbally, I love you. It's just understood by the nature of our lifestyle and nature of relationship, because it is more, more reliable family relation we have in our Indian Vedic culture. Although these days also it's getting disturbed due to influence of some other culture, getting disturbed these days. But according to our original nature of original Vedic nature of the society, more reliable. The nature of relationship more reliable. So, when I first came to the Western countries, devotees are requesting me, you have to, every time you have to say thank you and I love you. Kind of. Not necessarily to the ladies, but in general. Okay. If you forget to give thanks, then they will think about you are very rude, or so ungrateful and rude. We know in your culture, you don't have to say thank you every time, expressed manner, because it's understood, implied in a cultural way. But here in our culture, every time you have to say that. Because you know why? Because people are so independent. They're so independent of each other. They are always just busy about the individual self, everything so selfish. So you have to express that you care for others. Somebody did something for you, care. You have to say that. Okay. I said, okay. I learned. In the family relationship, children, parents, husband, wife, all will have to say I love you at some point between each other. Care, to show care for you. It maintains the relationship in a nice way. Because they explained to me, devotees explained to me, because the nature of relation in the Western European family life is so fragile, easily breaks. Okay? So no much endurance. Some quarrel, conflicts, misunderstanding, okay. Be separate. You go your way, I go my way, cannot tolerate each other. No spirit of loving toleration. If you truly love someone, you also need to have some kind of loving toleration. It automatically comes. In the world of true love and care, not that in the certain moments of frustration, disappointment, if one partner becomes a little angry with other, you cannot tolerate anymore. Okay, you do not, all your loving care is gone at the moment because you don't feel your love from the partner right at this moment, but it's just temporary, done in heat of the moment. So sometimes it's taken seriously, no endurance in relationship, easily breaks. So much freedom and independence, independent nature. But in Indian Vedic culture, some self-absolving principle is there in the family. Like self-absolving principle, in the tent, below the 10 compartments, below the car and big bus and truck and 10 compartment, there are some springs, big springs. So when it moves, it absorbs the shock, so that trains don't get derailed. Car riding becomes more comfortable. So our spirit of toleration is like that, is required sometimes. Sometimes find zero toleration is formed. But in case of true love, there will be some forgiveness, kindness, and some forbearance. Not that they throw away immediately. Cannot be like that. Should be more reliable relationship. So back to the point, some Western devotees explained to me, here because the nature of relation is so fragile, easily breakable, therefore you have to remind each moment, I love you, we love you. then everybody remains very happy. Very happy and satisfied, confident, okay, we are loved by each other. You have to express it. But in our culture, we don't have to express. If we express it, they will look at those who will be expressing, like in Western way in our culture. They look at the face thinking, what's wrong with you? It is understood by the nature of relationship. We love each other. You don't have to speak aloud all the time. So see? Anyway, did you get the answer?
Yeah, can I remember?
The fundamental difference between mundane love and love divine is mundane love is mostly based on selfish contracts and conditionings of give and take, mutual giving and taking. As soon as that is selfish giving and taking is disturbed, all love gone, takes leave. But the spiritual, divine conception of divine nature of love is not that. It is based on principle. Not that, it's based on dharma. Not that because this moment I like you, I love you. The next moment I don't like you, I don't love you. No. A principle means dharma. It's not dependent on because this moment I like you, so I love you. Next moment, as soon as I have some hatred for you, I won't love you anymore. It's not like that. I won't care for you. It's not like that. It's like principle. I ought to love you. I ought to take care of you. I should take care of you. In spite of some temporary difference of opinions or conflicts, okay, or disturbance of selfish give and take policies and contracts, in spite of some disturbance in that field, still, okay, if the principle is found that I should care for, continue to care for, so loving care, then there is some touch of divine love on the mundane plane. Otherwise, it's not pure love at all. It's a contract. Looks like love. Pure love means they will receive. In pure love, so much happiness is received by giving, not always taking and exploiting. So much happiness can be received in giving. The more you give, the more you give to your beloved, the more you feel happy, more you enjoy. More you do something, you devote your time, energy for your beloved, the more you care, okay, devote yourself to your beloved's cause, you feel happy. Natural happiness comes, that is love. Okay. Of course, it's reciprocation there. The more you give your love, you also in return you also get love from the partner, beloved, your beloved. So natural reciprocation also there. Okay. On the divine, in the field of divine love, world of divine love, it's reciprocating, not one way. But the love divine is based on noble principle. Okay. And although give and take principles also there, give and take activities also there, but mostly based on loving dedication. Happiness of loving dedication. Okay. Gaur Hari Bol. Only that sort of love is qualified to be offered to Krishna. That kind of love divine is qualified to be offered to Krishna, not the mundane love. But alas, what to do? We don't have that adhikar to have love divine for Krishna. So in whatever way we can feel our love for Krishna with utmost trying of dedicating ourselves, dedicating spirit, that is also very beneficial. That is a starting point from this level to relate to Krishna. Some sort of love as we are qualified to have before having the love divine. before having that adhikara to relate to Krishna in love divine. It's not easy. Okay. Go. Something is better than nothing. Whatever way of feeling, or whatever way we feel some love for Krishna, even temporary loving emotion, we should worship that moment. Okay, that fortunate moment of life. It doesn't come so easily, so we should offer that to Krishna. Telling him, my Lord, this is the level of my qualification. What can I do? Whatever, although my love for you is not pure, it's not very high class, but this is the way I feel for you. Please accept it. Please accept, mercifully accept this offering from you. With that prayer, we can offer that kind of loving service to Krishna, whatever we are qualified. And at some higher level of our love relation with Krishna, love divine appears. Of course, any taste, any kind of love taste in relation to Krishna has the touch of divinity. It has already started. We have to understand. Already connected. Happening. That will grow more. That's different. That will be growing more and more. Will take more. In the process of sadhana, being in the process of sadhana, continued sadhana, then the love felt for Krishna, any loving love taste felt for Krishna in the initial stage, naturally grows, blossoms. Okay, from the state of bud, it appears in full bloom, fully blossomed flower. Appears fully blossomed flower with full beauty and fragrance, its quality. That is love divine, really. Some of the flowers represent our feelings of love because they look so beautiful. See, all the qualities are there in the flowers. Very soft, soothing, looks very beautiful, colorful, and fragrant. So fragrant. All the beautiful qualities a love needs, given in the flower. Beautiful creation of Lord flower. Therefore, flowers are so essential for worshipping Supreme God in love. Flower offerings, flower garlands, symbolic. Go, Hari. Okay, chant some bhajan.